New purchase of total equipment building land of $2.5 million. They currently have over $4 million invested at their local site. They will have a new payroll generating $685 million. Existing payroll is $1.4 million. A new payroll will total more than $2 million a year. The new income, the new property tax income to the county will be $44,550. And of course, this is a vacant building, generating somewhere, well, almost vacant, but generating about, I think currently $20,000 a year. All right. We bring this to council as a recommendation from staff and Economic Development Advisory Board, and respectfully request that you give favorable consideration to this project.
Thank you, sir. Is there a motion to accept? Mr. Crowder, and seconded by Mr. Moore. All right. Any discussion?
I have a question. Look at Article 3, page 6. If you take a look at that last big long paragraph of gobbledygook, I call it legalese, is this actually a preliminary strike force to the hopeful implementation of the state passing the reduction from 10% to 6%, and so lawyers now are immediately infusing this in to further cloud the issue as to how these agreements will be structured?
Crowder, I wouldn't attempt to try to answer that. I'll allow our illustrious attorney to.
I'll take this one, Mr. Crowder. This language, what this does, this is actually a pro-county provision, so that in the event the assessment ratio were to go down somewhere less than 10.5 but above 6, the credit would be reduced pro rata. So in other words, it would be less of a credit to the company. And then the credit goes away altogether if the General Assembly ever lowers the assessment ratio to 6%. Okay,
that's it. But then hit me with the very last sentence where it says shall be reduced from 40% to 18%, i.e. the equivalent of 55% of the reduction of the infrastructure. Somehow or another, you know, I thought I minored in math, but I never did quite get the 18% figure, how that was arrived at.
Well, that is, you know, put in there by way of an example that if it was reduced, hypothetically, let's say the General Assembly reduces it from 10.5 to 8, that is a 55% reduction in the assessment ratio, and the credit would be reduced proportionally 55%. Okay. If that math's right.
But the 18% is just there as an illustration and not puristic math.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Any other questions? All those in favor of the ordinance signify by raising your right hand. Let the record again show the vote is unanimous. All right, moving on to number 8B, ordinance 2012-014, an ordinance to authorize the 19th Amendment to the Agreement for Development of the Joint County Industrial Park between Greenville County, South Carolina and Anderson County, South Carolina, dated as of October 6, 1998, so as to enlarge the boundaries of such joint county industrial park to include one or more parcels of property located in Anderson County and other matters related thereto.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of council. This is allows us to place the properties that Lawless is purchasing to create these jobs into a multi-county industrial park agreement, the one we have with Greenville, and to allow us to offer the fee in lieu equivalent opportunity for the company to make these expansions and job creation.
All right, thank you, sir. Is there a motion to move? Mr. Moore has made a motion to move. Ms. Wilson seconds. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Again, let the record show the vote is unanimous. I know this is exciting stuff for everyone, but it's legalese we've got to get through. So, moving on to item 8C, 2012 this is ordinance 2012-015, an ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of fee in lieu of tax agreement and other instruments relating thereto by and between Anderson County and Project Shelby GT 350 whereby Anderson County will provide under certain conditions certain economic development incentives to protect Shelby GT 350, including A, accepting certain fees in lieu of ad valorem taxes with respect to certain of its properties in Anderson County, B, special source revenue credits, C, agreeing to keep Project Shelby GT 350 Company's facilities in a multi-county industrial park, and D, other matters relating thereto. Mr. Nelson?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This and some of the following is a fairly complicated issue, but I'm going to try to explain it once here. This is an existing company that came here and bought a building in Anderson County in 2006 or 2007, bringing machine tool technology jobs here. They are Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3 suppliers to automotive, BMW, to Ford, to Mercedes, to Toyota in Tennessee. They make a number of items, sub-assemblies, complete assemblies, and whole parts. So that's how they qualify Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. This is a company who has 9 locations in another state, and they're rapidly expanding here, and we're in the hopes that we'll be able to draw more of what they have in the other state to this location. They've been very successful here. They started out with 10 employees in 2007, now have 103, and this brings to us a project where they're going to increase the project by another building, which would need a multi-county industrial park designation, and a fee in lieu equivalent as well as enough capital investment that they've requested a negotiated fee on the equipment for about $5 million. I think it's $5.7 million in equipment alone, in new equipment. So this is a project that's bringing 85 new jobs, generally in the $17 an hour range. Payroll, $3 million. Current payroll, $4 million. Total payroll, $7 million. Total investment existing is $5.8 million.
May I interrupt for a question?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay,
Yes.
you just said total payroll is how much?
Total payroll will be approximately $7 million when they create the next 85 jobs. Currently, their payroll is approximately $4 million.
But you see, that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't jive. You know, I'm seeing here total direct payroll $2,890,000, and you coming up with 2 different numbers here.
Two, how much does it say?
My dilemma.
Two, how much does it say?
This on 2020.
2.8?
Yeah,
This is what he's. Yeah,
Only
but he
show her,
but he gave
because
2 other different figures a few minutes ago.
got that.
Mr.
Yeah.
Chairman, this was what was given to us at the Finance Committee meeting. There are 2 sets of numbers. I think one is the old and one is the new combined
Right.
with the old.
And then at the 2.8 million, I had just, I rounded that off to 3 million annual payroll from the 2.8.
Okay, Mr. Burris, please. I'm not a member of the Finance Committee, nor am I privy to the information that they get.
Yes, ma'am.
I can only make decisions and only question you on the information that you have given me.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know what they may have, but I know what I have here, okay? But I see this is going to be too much for you, me, and our audience here. So the best thing for us to do is to get together. Because I have a feeling that the other council members don't understand it either. Okay, but one of the big questions I have is the fee in lieu of. I know that some of that money goes to the school district. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it goes to the school district where in the district where the company is located. Am I correct?
That's correct.
All right. Part of what I don't like and what I don't understand is what I brought up the last time. For you have given us 2 companies going into District 6, which is very good. District 6 is one of the leading school districts in the entire Anderson County, and nothing is going in the other districts. All right, but I know that the fee in lieu of taxes that we give these people, you understand?
Well, actually, the draw to those locations was available existing vacant buildings that they could go into.
Well, that's really good. That's really good. So that means that come Monday morning, we need to be in District 2 with shovels, right?
We already,
I
know the
infrastructure and everything else in District 2, right?
Yeah, we're underway doing an analysis.
Right now, Mr. Burris, right now, what we need to do is just get together. Okay, and I would invite the county council members, if you're interested in understanding and reading through these things, you can please join us, okay? Because this is serious. This is serious.
It is very serious.
Yeah.
There's 85 jobs being created right here, new jobs, making a total of 185 jobs. Great jobs that are machine tool technology job opportunities. And you're talking about District 2. Right now, we're in the process of an analysis of all the industrial sites and infrastructure in your district alone that we can find the places that you're talking about. I called Mr. Burns today and have found a company that is interested in going to a brownfield site and possibly locating in your district at a brownfield site.
I'm glad I brought it up then so we can get things moving. But Mr. Burris, right now, what we need to do is have a meeting between you and me and whoever else wants to come so we can all understand what's going on here. And I thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I'd like to take this time to thank Mr. Nelson for all the hard work he does for Anderson County. I saw what he did on these projects. I like the name Shelby GT350 because it's moving fast. And that's exactly right. Mr. Nelson and I have the same philosophy. One job is worth it. And that's what we want to bring to Anderson County, whether it be District 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. These jobs are important. I appreciate the hard work you do. I know where you go, and I know what all you do. And I just want to thank you from the people of District 6 for the hard work you do.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Waters. All right, I would like to put this in the ordinance 2012-015 in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
I do.
Second.
Second by Mr. Moore. Any discussion? Any further discussion?
I'm going to have to say this or I won't sleep tonight, okay? Mr. Waters, I am not advocating holding a job from anybody. I'm not, okay? All right, but I am advocating jobs everywhere else, and I am advocating understanding what I have here in my hand. Now, can you explain this to me? If so, go ahead and do it. But I got a feeling you can't understand it. I'm advocating let's understand what we're doing here. That's all. And if I were you, if I had those jobs coming to my district, I'll be thanking him too. I would be. But, because I know he works hard. I know it better than you, that he works very hard. But there are times when you have to have a meeting of the minds. And I appreciate it. And I'm ready to vote.
All right, thank you. All those in favor of ordinance 2012-015 signify by raising your right hand. Let the record show the vote is unanimous. All right, moving on to item 8D. This is ordinance first reading 2012-016. An ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of a special source revenue credit agreement and other instruments relating thereto by and between Anderson County and Project Shelby GT350. New real estate hold company, whereby Anderson County will provide under certain conditions, certain economic development incentives, the Project Shelby GT350. New real estate hold company, including A, special source revenue credits, B, agreeing to keep the Project Shelby GT350 new real estate hold company facility in a multi-county industrial park, and C, other matters related thereto. Mr. Nelson.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Chairman, and members of council. This is, as I had indicated earlier, a multi-county industrial park opportunity for this company, for us to be able to include all of their properties. This company actually qualifies for the capital investment in the equipment amount for a negotiated fee. However, their buildings were pre-ad valorem or pre-fee opportunity and had to be ad valorem, and to give them a fee equivalent, they have to be included in a multi-county park. So the multi-county industrial park needs to apply to this project for them to be able to bring their project and capital investment here. and this is what this is a request for, is to place Shelby GT350 in a multi-county park and offer the infrastructure credit agreement.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right, I'd like to put ordinance 2012-016 in the form of a motion. Second? Seconded by Mr. Moore. Any discussion?
I'd like to ask another
Yes, sir.
question. It's a redundancy of the redundancy department. On Article 2, Special Source Revenue Credits, I assume that this page 3 again is the insertion of the language in the event. Okay, thank you, no question.
Yes, sir.
All right, are there any other questions? And all those in favor of ordinance 2012-016 signify by raising your right hand. The record show the vote is unanimous. All right, moving on to item 8E. This is ordinance 2012-017, an ordinance authorizing the execution and delivery of a First Amendment to the fee in lieu of tax agreement by and between Anderson County and Project Shelby GT350. Will agree to extend the negotiated fee period to 30 years.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman and members of council. Obviously, this is a company that we hope has a long life and continued capital investment opportunity in Anderson County. And the request is to extend their fee agreement and their multi-county park opportunity to a total of 30 years, an additional 10 to what they have now, so that they can continue to be prosperous here and continue to invest.
Thank you, sir. I put that in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Floyd?
Yeah.
All right, okay, is there any discussion?
Yeah, but I'm scared to ask.
Please ask Ms. Floyd.
Go ahead.
Mr. Burris, are you near the throwing?
Am I what?
Are you near the throwing part now? Are you going to throw something at me now?
I don't think so.
You sure?
No, oh, no, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
I didn't understand what you meant at first. No.
Okay, all right. I've got to ask it. I won't sleep tonight. I'll be on the telephone with you. Mr. Burris, I don't understand this now. There was a time when we did fee in lieu of that the company came off of the fee in lieu of and started paying regular taxes. Am I correct?
In theory, yes, ma'am, you are correct.
Okay.
That exists in law, in statute.
I beg your pardon?
That exists in statute.
Okay, all right. But at this point, we're saying that we're going to give them 30 years for fee in lieu of.
That's correct. State statute changed in 2010 that allows the extension of fee in lieu agreements. And what was happening is you had substantial companies. Some of them are in this county and all across this state, large companies that had fee in lieu of tax agreements that were getting ready to run out. But they had additional capital investment opportunity. They had people employed. And those tax reductions on those facilities allowed them to be in place.
Okay.
And continue in place. So this was an opportunity to extend those 20-year agreements out to as much as 30. And it's at county council's discretion.
Mr. Burris, this has not always been done, has it?
No, the law just came about. And
yeah.
We're just now getting to the point where the 20-year agreements are starting to run out.
Okay, you see, Mr. Burris, I'm an old lady. I've been up here for 12 years now, going on 13 years. And the laws are changing, but, I don't know. The laws have changed now, so we're going to give this company. Do we have any other companies that we have given 30 years like this? No, this is a new law. But do we have other companies with these long, extended? Well,
yes. There are some companies out there, because law changed in 2006, that allowed a 4% assessment ratio for companies that invested $150 million or greater. They could get a 30-year agreement. Negotiated, it was 2009. They could get a 30-year agreement or a 40-year agreement. And so if you have a capital investment of as much as $150 million, it can be as long as 40 years now, and be as well as the capital investment amounts under the $150 million can be as long as 30 years. If the agreement was existing and it was a 20-year agreement, then it could be extended 10 years. And we've done several of those here in council.
I remember extending.
And some of those are 30-year agreements because they were the $150 million amount, and they could be extended to as long as 40. But the extensions are totally at the discretion of county council.
So we're already going to extend this one. Have they gotten started? This Shelby company, have they started yet?
So they already have 103 existing employees.
Here in Anderson?
Yes, ma'am, Anderson County.
Okay, well, this is their code name, right?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah. Okay, so we really don't know who we...
Well, I can tell you later on.
Yeah, but
I got a non-disclosure agreement that I'm abiding by.
Now, right now. Okay.
All right, thank you. I think a lot of what we're seeing in the changes of the law, even is under these economic conditions that we're in, everybody's trying to hang on to as much business as they can, and the state's trying to help some by allowing these extensions. And
this is a pretty unusual company. I mean, they not only supply the automakers, they supply big machinery like Cat and John Deere and others. And they started in 2007, and if you remember, 2008 was the beginning of some really tough times.
Yes.
They not only continued to grow and add jobs, but they're still growing and adding additional jobs. This is a pretty substantial company that has done very well, even in the toughest of times.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Burris, I'm for anything that's going to promote Anderson County. Before Mr. Waters says anything, I'm for anything that's going to make us look better, act better, and be better toward toward each other and our families. But I'm for not. It's a difficult economical time now, and all of these fee in lieu of taxes. You know, which is more, the taxes or the fee in lieu of? You know, this is the thing that concerns me, but don't answer it now. We'll talk about it.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And Mr. Chairman, I'll be quiet for 10 minutes.
It'll take me 10 minutes to get to the next one to read then. All right, all those in favor of ordinance 2012-017 signify by raising your right hand. The record show the vote is unanimous. All right, moving on to item 8F. This is ordinance 2012-018, an ordinance to authorize and enact. I can't even make that out. Is that an encroachment agreement? Yeah. Okay. Authorize an encroachment agreement between Anderson County and the Greater Easley Chamber of Commerce for the purpose of erecting a welcome sign to Powdersville, South Carolina, and other matters related thereto. And
I'll take this one, Mr. Chairman. I'll take the heavy-duty stuff here.
all right.
This is the Greater Easley Chamber of Commerce that approached the county about erecting a sign in Powdersville up around Highway 153. The sign is going to be placed on an existing county sewer easement, utility easement, so they need permission from the county to place that sign, and that's what an encroachment agreement is. It's just permission to build something on top of your easement or your right-of-way.
All right.
There's an agreement that's attached that we're asking for county approval. We're doing an ordinance because this is technically a property interest that's being conveyed, and so that's why it requires an ordinance.
All right, thank you very much. All right, is there a motion to move?
Make it.
Okay, moved by Mr. Moore, seconded by Mr. Waters. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, this
Yes,
was
ma'am.
in our planning committee. We discussed this in the planning committee, and at that time, we agreed to pass this on to the county council for your vote on it. Mr. Hopkins, are you preparing now to talk about this one or the other one?
I can talk about it in general, but I was just getting the presentation ready for the next one.
You want to tell them about what we did in our planning committee?
Well, if you remember, I was absent that one, so I'm not sure what was said.
We'll let him off the hook.
Okay, well then, please accept what I have just told you. We talked about it, it came up, and we discussed it, and we decided to send it on up to the county council.
All right, all those in favor of ordinance 2012-018 signify by raising your right hand. Let the record show the vote is unanimous. All right, before moving on to number 9, a request has been made to take a short break, if we could, about a 10-minute break.
Good. Thank you.
We thank Ms. Floyd.
Ford?
Thank Ms. Floyd.
Oh, Ms. Ford?
I don't want to.
I was thinking this.
First time. That's your problem, but come behind. Say something.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, good.
This is me.
He couldn't.